Intense rumors about the establishment of new Project 22,350 frigates went a long time in the fall, when others that the ships will have increased the number of installations vertical launch missile. And if the latter still unconfirmed information, the first just got official confirmation, that is, from the top. I must say that this decision is more than just the decision to build a couple of ships, and more than the amount of money from the budget to build another couple of ships. It is a sign of what is possible, not a fact, but now it can be. Monstrous power of the negative trend in military shipbuilding. When more or less adequate projects one by one were cut for the sake of ephemeral phantoms broken. A year ago, the situation looked different. On the agenda was the draft, now known as 22,350M, is a big ship with a fully gas turbine power plant, exceeding 22,350 in size, and displacement, and the number of weapons on board and radio-electronic weapons. It is, in principle, and is now on the agenda. But a year ago it was considered correct approach to beat a series of old ships right after decided to build a new one. Previously in the article "It's Time to Learn from the Enemy" was dismantled approaches that is practiced by the Americans in their naval construction. And, in terms of their approaches that led to the emergence of the most powerful navy in the world. Our approach is to stop building out series and to wait passively for readiness for the laying of new is wrong. So powerful fleet cannot be built, it can be built only by acting the opposite. But in the Navy stubbornly continued to stand his ground. Of course, 22,350 was all easy. Not working anti-missile system. It was not possible to build a power plant of domestic production to replace Ukrainian. And there were hundreds of defects on a smaller scale, and the amount made the operation of the ship impossible. But as soon as it became clear that SAM will still be brought, and the production power plant in Russia fully established, from the point of view of the correct approach to naval construction, the only good solution was the continuation of the bookmarks Project 22,350 frigates until then, until it is ready to the Project tab 22,350M, and then had to give them up. The intermediate variant, to build at least a full brigade of 6 ships. It would also, in general, it is a sensible decision, and this is why it is almost impossible to believe. But in the end, it happened. A couple of new frigates will be laid very soon, the 23rd of April this year. What, dead in the woods? How is it that the Defense Ministry and the Navy stood up suddenly on the right path? It is difficult to judge, but maybe we once will know about it. The Project 22,350 is far from perfect. The reason for this is that it is in an attempt to cram in the body of a frigate, in fact escort ships, weapons and armament, characteristic rather of the destroyer. As a result, the Navy received the ship, having a disproportionately powerful for a frigate weapon, a powerful defense, but only one helicopter action against submarines. This is not enough. Lack of a set of anti-submarine weapons, no RBU, unsuccessfully implemented a complex package NK, too small a range of economic progress, too little in its speed. But it is necessary to understand that the domestic shipbuilding industry to a certain point had no choice, and therefore, it does not remain, and the Navy. So far, Russia has lost, temporarily, capability to build large warships, had to push a ship in a volume of a frigate. And turned out, though not ideal, not optimal, but it is quite good. Whatever imbalances did not occur in the Project 22,350, and this is a very powerful warship, capable and to fight enemy surface forces and aircraft, and the shore, and limited with submarines. And as a twist to the normal approach, instead of waiting for pie in the sky, Russia firmly holds a bird in the hand, but trying to catch the crane is not in retreat. As soon as the series will go 22,350M, bookmarks 22,350 will be possible to stop. By the time have yet to understand the need for massive, simple and cheap ship RC zone, the TFR of the 21st century. which will be easier and cheaper. 22,350. It is desirable at times, but in the meantime, we must continue to build 22,350. The fact that this is the solution that prevailed is very good for our fleet assign. Quite frankly, expected was different. The construction of 2 new BDK 11,711 should also be considered positive news. Currently, the Russian BBC are actively working on the delivery of military supplies to the Syrian Arab Republic in the so-called Syrian Express. This operation has already cost the amphibious assault ship large shares of their resource. Ships intensively wear out and soon the mass will require repair.